Hello, I'm Luke Hatfield. I'm joined by our Shrewsbury Town correspondent here at the Shropshire Star, Mr. Lewis Cox. Lewis, Shrewsbury Town had such a good start to the season. Of all them wins, and now this minor blip, which was obviously sorted out last weekend, has that put some added pressure on some of the players at Salop?
Well, it's an interesting point at the moment. Certainly after the game on Saturday at Montgomery Waters Meadow, Paul Hurst was talking to us in his post-match thoughts about, he used the word pressure. And, he said, knowingly or unknowingly from the press, things like that. We're talking supporters here, of course. The players are feeling pressure. Now, the game the other day, the first half, it was a non-event. It was boring. No chances created. And there was edginess in the crowd. There was, that feeling of, oh, come on. We need a win here. There are teams chasing us down to try and catch us in second. And Paul Hurst has basically said, this is a miraculous season, as we all know. You're in the top two. Enjoy it. Be free like you were in the opening couple of months of the season. Relax and play your natural game. Don't play with pressure. So it really is an interesting point, actually, because it's a different sort of pressure. Last season was massive pressure because they were fighting to stay in the division. This season, no one could have dreamt of them being where they were. Now there's pressure because the big boys are chasing behind them, and it's like, can you stay there? It's an interesting one, and I think it revolves around another keyword, expectancy. What do the fans expect now? Have they become spoilt? Should they, remember that scrapping for wins is what Town were expected to do this season, you could say.
Yeah, and you did touch on it. The fans, at the start of the season, if you'd have offered the fans, maybe an upper mid-table finish, to be fair to them, you probably would have taken it, considering how last season was such a fight just to stay in the division. And now you say, do you think they have become slightly spoiled? Are they going into games, even against some of the big boys, and expecting a win like we were getting earlier on this season?
Spoiled sounds really negative, doesn't it? But, they're at home to a mid-table club. If you're going to want to stop in the top two or the top six, you need to be winning those games. And, it wasn't the best game, but there is a point to be made there. The fans are so realistic there that, they know that how far the club are punching above their weight. And Paul Hurst said maybe in the press, every game is blown up to become something massive that it's not. But I think there's always pressure in football. Maybe if you're in mid-table and nothing's happening at the end of the season, there's not. But if you're near the top or near the bottom, it's massive pressure. And the fans have become expectant now because of what's happened. They know, fans know it's dipped, but they're still hoping, aren't they? They're just hoping that things can continue ticking over until we get to that January stage where things are going to become clear. We're going to make signings, keep hold of the loans. You just want to try and keep in those top two maybe until then. The fans are thinking, this is Blackpool at home. They haven't been going great. We should be beating these. That's human nature, I'm afraid, because of how it's gone. You can't really argue with that. And I guess it's up to the players on the pitch to, be free, be relaxed, believe in themselves, and put the performances back on.
Yeah. So pressure maybe piling on some of the players, and Paul Hurst calling on them to relax a little bit. For all the latest on them, make sure you stick with us at shropshirestar.com.